Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 1977 release by Corgi from their TV tie-in series of die-cast models. And some of these came with plastic figures, as this one does. And this particular one we are looking at today is from the highly popular 1970s TV series Starsky Hutch, which starred Paul Michael Glaser as Starsky and David Soul as Hutch. And it was a TV cop series, and they drove around in a Ford Torino, which is what this particular die-cast model is of. Okay, so this is the box that it comes in. Now, obviously, this is quite old now, 1977. We're talking 47 years old. And the box has been... So I've seen better days. There's a lot of wear on the box where it's been stuck in a storeroom and just left there for many years, and things have been piled on top of it. So there's been a little bit of wear, and unfortunately the window has gone. That's disappeared and gone. But obviously you can easily replace that with a bit of plastic, so that's not too much of a problem. But anyway, this is the box it comes in. So it says Starsky and Hutch, and it says MCM XXV. It says 1977, Spielberg Goldberg Productions, all rights reserved. And there you can see you've got the Ford Torino, and you've got Starsky Hutch and the villain figure. And it says Corgi, Starsky and Hutch, Ford Torino, and on here it's got for ages 3 and up. The rest of it is in foreign language, so I can't really, but I think it's ages 3 and up all over. If I turn the box to the side, it says Starsky and Hutch, Ford Torino, Corgi number 292. And I think it's the same on the other side. Yep, Starsky and Hutch, Ford Torino, Corgi number 292 with a Corgi logo. On the back, you've got an image of Starsky and Hutch as they appeared in the TV series. And it's got Corgi, Starsky and Hutch, Ford Torino, the Me Toy Company Limited, Northampton, UK. And if we turn the box over to the bottom, it's got on the bottom, made in Great Britain, the Me Toy Company Limited, 1977. Trademarks owned by Me Toy Co. Limited. The right is reserved to improve and amend specifications and colours. And it's got conforms. Oh, that's in the French. So that is the box itself. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the box, and let's have a look at the item. Where we can pick it up and move it around a little bit. Okay, so I've removed the item from the box. You can see it comes with this surround on there, which just sits into the slots on the base, which is obviously a image of the city. And let's just move it out of the way. And it comes with 3 figures. So you've got, let's see if I can just slide that off. So you've got Starsky, which is, if I can get that into focus, let's just try and focus that a little bit. So there's Starsky. Now, these aren't very good images of the characters. They're just plastic figures, supposed to be whoever they are. So that is supposed to be Starsky. As I say, the facial features are very poor, but it's him with his leather jacket, his blue jeans, and he's pointing his pistol, as you would see in the television series. You've also got, if I can get this one out, Hutch, again, David Soul, and again, yeah, I mean, that is pretty poor. His face is yellow, so it's pretty poor image of David Soul, but again, in his blue jeans, blue shirt, and brown jacket, and again, he's holding his pistol. So that is Hutch, and then you've got the villain who's being spread-eagled on the side of the car. Again, the facial features, there's just nothing there really, but he's in green trousers and a yellow top, so that is the villain figures. Incidentally, let's just give you an idea of size of these figures. They're not particularly big, but I think they're a couple of inches tall. So we're looking at, this one's a little bit difficult to measure because he's leaning over, but you're looking at 6 centimeters. That's the villain. Starsky, because he's crouching down, is about 3.5 centimeters, And then you got Hutch, who's standing upright, is 5 centimeters. So that gives you an idea of the size of the figures. But the interesting part is the Ford Torino, and now that is screwed on the bottom. It's just a screw that holds it on. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that screw off, and let's have a look at the car in all its glory. Okay, so I've removed the car from the base, and it's just a screw that comes through the base of the stand there, and it's got a raised level there, and that screws into the bottom of the car, and that's just to hold it in position. But this is the Grand Torino, or the Ford Torino. It's got obviously 3 rolling wheels, as you can see. It's actually a nice sized car. I think it's about a 1/36 scale model. But let's get some measurements. So lengthwise, we're looking at, if we go from the end of the bumper to the top of the front bumper, you're looking at 15 centimeters. If we measure across, we are looking at 5.5 centimeters. And height wise, which will be from the bottom of the wheel to the top of the roof, we're looking at 4 centimeters. Okay, so the body of the vehicle is die-cast metal, and it's obviously red, and it's got the classic white stripes going across the side and over the roof, as seen in the TV series. The bottom of the car is plastic, and the trim, the grille, the bumpers and all that, that's all plastic as well. Now, due to age, this one is slightly discoloured at the front. I'm sure it's not meant to be like that. I'm sure it's supposed to be chrome, like it is on the edges, but you can see where the chrome's lifted. You can see the plastic underneath. So, but again, that's due to age, obviously, because it's, as I say, it's 47 years old. Now, the only functionality on this model is the 3 rolling wheels, which is as they are, and that's really about it. Really, there's not a great deal else I can tell you about this. There's no other functionalities. It was literally just a toy car, but it was one of those toy cars that was too good to be given to the kids to play with, but it wasn't quite good enough to be a display model. But there we go. That was that was from the 1970s. That's how they did things back then. So how well did these models do? Well, yes, they done very well, as did all of the Corgi models of the time. Back in the day, especially in the 70s, there was no such things as video recorders, or streaming, or Sky, anything like that. The only way you could re-watch your TV programs was to wait for them to come back on the TV on reruns, or you would buy yourself the annuals, or you buy yourself colouring books, or you buy yourself the toys, so that you could relive your TV programs in your own way. But that literally was the only way. You couldn't just go online and watch them again, because there was no such thing as online back in those days. So the toy manufacturers and the manufacturers of all the other items, like the annuals and the books and the colouring books and all things like that, were very, very sought after and very, very popular. And pretty much every kid that was in at Starsky and Hutch had one. These particular size models, I don't think they were as popular as the smaller ones. There was the 143 and the 156 scale ones, which were obviously smaller than these, and I'm sure they were a lot more popular. Well, I know they were a lot more popular than these bigger models. I think the reason for that was because the adults were buying their kids the smaller ones, because I suppose they fit more comfortable in the kids' hands, which I can understand that. So these particular ones didn't do as good as the smaller ones, but anyway, they were still good sales for the time. As I say, we're going back 47 years ago, so yeah, good sales at the time. But they now become incredibly popular, very difficult to find, and very sought after, especially in this practically mint condition, with the exception of the wear and the tear to the box. But otherwise, the model itself and the figures are practically mint. As I say, apart from the chrome lifting off the bumper due to age, but other than that, the whole model is pretty much mint. So finding them in this condition is very, very difficult these days. But, yes, you know it. As usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find one or two. And they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, and you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Starsky Hutch items. And many other vintage toys, games, and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we are uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. And believe me when I say we have got some absolutely amazing, ultra rare and vintage items that we're trying to get round to video and upload as quickly as we humanly possibly. So keep watching, stay tuned, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've always wanted. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.